So let's talk about GameStop. It's a situation that went crazy a few years ago. And we actually were part of a documentary on GameStop where we spoke about how it forever revolutionized stock trading, option trading in America. And for those of you that don't remember, during the pandemic, it was a few stocks, but GameStop is the one that like really caught the public's attention where, you have people on Reddit that went on and they pretty much started a campaign that actually raised the price of GameStop out of nowhere. And they short squeezed some big hedge fund and actually bankrupt a few, I believe, at least one. And billions of dollars were made, billions of dollars were lost. It was a crazy time. I mean, I think the stock like has skyrocketed like 300% or something like that. Just because, people banded together and they wanted to raise the price of the stock and kind of David versus Goliath situation when it comes to Wall Street. And then of course, a lot of people ended up losing money. And then, a couple of, we actually interviewed Vlad Tenev, CEO of Robinhood. They had a situation where they stopped trading. I think E-Trade has stopped trading. It was a multi-layered situation.
Well, the market suspended all trading on it.
So we are back today out the blue. If you looked at your app during lunchtime, it was up like 75%, I believe, around like midday. And so game shares soared again today, right? Out of nowhere, reaching an 18-month high. And it's after Keith Gill, also known as Roaring Kitty, returned to social media platform X after a 3-year break. This spike, influenced by Gill's cryptic post, also boosting other meme stocks like AMC. AMC was another stock that went crazy during the pandemic, and that jumped over like 30%, I believe, today. And Cross Corp, I think that went up like 25%. So it had multiple trading halts, right? Volatility. We'll talk about E-Trade. Few sites went down. But it emerged as a winner today out the blue. And, it's one of these things that, people, it brings back memories of those crazy days during the pandemic. And even, we got caught in that situation where I think we had a short and then we wasn't able to fill the short. It was a very volatile time. So this GameStop situation is back 75% in one day. That's crazy, just based off of a tweet.
That's on the shares of the equity. So imagine if somebody had an option on it.
Yeah. So so what's the deal with this situation?
We want brutal honesty, or you want me to proceed with caution?
Brutal, because they probably need it.
Yeah, because even the David and Goliath narrative was bullshit last time around. It was a bunch of people in hedge funds seeding information in Reddit that didn't get caught to push Gabe out of the hedge fund business. And then Gabe bought Michael Jordan shares of the Hornets. So even though he lost there, he got the capital to buy an NBA team. And I was saying it before we started the show, but if CZ got 4 months for $23 billion, Roaring Kitty probably was like, listen, bro, I'm going to get my little Reddit army back and we're going to push the stock up. Long term, I would not invest in it. If you guys are trading in it, cool. No issue. Get your coins. I would definitely probably take profit at $34. The highest I have it probably going to, if you're looking to hold it longer, would be like 45, 68. And then it will fall from there. But I want to go to the fundamentals of the business, as I tend to do. Profit margin, 0.13%. Operating margin, 0.65%. And gross margin is 24%. The market cap is $6 billion. AirPods make more money than that in a quarter. And revenue is down 19% year over year. So, of course, him tweeting after 3 or 4 years, of course, got it active. And like you said, Rashad, people are looking for some gains to be able to get, and it reminds you of like that 2020, 2021 run. But I don't think this is a great trade. I think all my traders know, like, once it's got pumped, if you can get in, ride it to the upside, but it's going to come back down pretty soon. So I don't want you to get caught up. I'm not a hater of the meme stocks. Shout out to Jorge, who a couple years ago made like 300 grand off of it in Red Panda. But this is going to, when it went up from what, $11 to 37, that's a 3 standard deviation. Like, it's going to come back down to 17.25 probably when future contracts expire. So like around the 18th or 19th of this month, it should pull back. So if you're getting in, please be very careful.
Yeah, I would advise to proceed with caution. This is the term meme stock comes from this 2021 area. If you haven't seen the movie Dumb Money, go watch it. This is literally proceed with caution. When you're talking about what is the catalyst for a company to rise 80%, if somebody could please provide us with a valid reason, that would be great.
The board sat forward in the meme.
He sat forward in the meme. Within 12 hours, that meme had 65,000 likes.
Yeah.
You get 50,000 people to agree with a sentiment. Oh, wait, something's coming. This is what can happen. This is when it's like the retail investors versus the institutional investors. Newsflash. The institutional investors will win.
Absolutely.
This is breaking news. That will happen whether it's in the next week, next 2 weeks, next month. They eventually will win. And people will feel pain if they don't proceed with caution. So I always advise that. Please be careful. It's so interesting that when in 2021, when this meme stock craze was happening, they were doing it on Reddit. At the time, Reddit wasn't even publicly traded. Fast forward to this year, and just 3 weeks ago,
I was about to sit there and it goes,
Reddit now becomes a publicly traded company. And out of those stocks that you named that also saw appreciation today, Reddit was up 15% at its high. Coincidental? Perhaps, but something to make sure that you pay attention of. So there's always an angle. Somebody's always making a profit.
Absolutely.
And somebody will not make a profit.
Well,
absolutely.
See with caution.
So, okay. GameStop went up $4 billion in valuation today alone. And then you got AMC, you got Reddit, you got all these other companies. So he tweets a picture. Can we put this picture up?
Yeah. Let's put the picture up.
Mike, put the picture up, Mike, please. He posted a picture, which you can see right there, which that's his first post since 2021. And it shows somebody that was sitting back in a chair, now sitting up in a chair, playing a video game, right? Which I would take that as is go time, right? Video game, obviously that plays into the GameStop situation.
I think it's depicted from the scene in the movie too, as well, where he looks at it like what just happened, and again, go time.
Yeah, and as a result, $4 billion was made,
and that shit gonna evaporate faster than Sam Bankman-Fried's career.
But
last time it went to 120.75, and then in 4 quarters it was down to $34.
But it speaks to a larger conversation, right? The power of influence.
Community.
When we even see Elon Musk when he did this with Dogecoin, it's pretty alarming that one person can have all, like Kanye West said, right? No one man should have all that power. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't just one tweet. It's probably a concerted effort amongst, underground boards that kind of got the word out. And it was just like, that this was just the most public forward facing, but still, it's not going anywhere. The power, these type of influence and power is not going anywhere. It's only going to get bigger as social media gets bigger. More people become, online. Social media influencers have more and more influence. It's definitely an interesting conversation about, how one tweet can literally make billions of dollars.
How many people you think will now subscribe to being on Reddit if this continues for like 2 or 3 weeks?
a lot.
Oh, tens of thousands.
right?
But
Right.
when
Tens of
does the SEC come into play?
This is so that's a part of the game that nobody talks about, is that when brokerages see that type of volume increase, they halt trading.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Right.
When you get a limit up like that, I was like, what the hell is going on?
They're going to halt trade and they're going to freeze it, right? And that might happen 2 or 3 times in a day. And you're going to look like, what happened? And especially if you're in futures and your options, in order to make profit, somebody has to buy, somebody has to sell. Well, if you see profits going down, well, you got to sell it to make the money. What they'll do is make sure that contracts don't get sold. Then what? Then you have the imaginary money, or that unrealized gain.
Yep.
Right? The only way you make money is when the unrealized gain becomes realized.